Federal Capital Territory Administration, the FCTA, has announced it will begin taking possession of 4,794 properties whose titles were revoked in March 2025 over non-payment of ground rent. Directors of Land Administrations and the Department of Development Control made this known at a press briefing in Abuja. Usman Katun Umar has that details.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration says it will begin taking over nearly 5,000 properties across Abuja from Monday, May 26, 2025. The Director of Land Administration FCTA, Mr. Chijoke Nwankweze, stated this while addressing journalists on the outcome of the 21-day grace period granted to some property owners.
I did say in March this year, a little over 2 months ago, that 4,794 land titles were revoked over payment of ground rent, non-payment of ground rent from 10 years to 43 years. We did also tell you that those properties have reverted to the Federal Capital Territory Administration and that the administration will take possession of them in due course.
He added that the affected properties had not paid ground rent for periods ranging from 10 to 43 years, leading to a revenue loss of nearly 7 billion naira. The director explained that property owners owing between 1 year and under 10 years were given additional time to pay, and compliance is still being compiled.
We gave a grace period of 21 days for property owners who were in default of payment of ground rents between 1 year and 1 day less than 10 years to comply. Some have, some have not. And we are already compiling and analyzing those data to guide decision making on those titles as well. Ground rent is a serious business, and any property owner is expected to pay it as when due.
Also speaking, the Director of the Department of Development Control, Town Planner Mukhtar Usman Galadima, said the enforcement would include sealing of affected buildings and marking them as government property.
As an agent of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, come Monday, we are going to commence the process of possessing these properties by the Federal Capital Territory Administration. This includes reconnaissance visit to the areas affected and the properties concerned, and then serving the seal notice as well as sealing the premises.
Town Planner Galadima clarified that families living in any of the affected buildings were duly notified and should have made relocation arrangements by now. On legal challenges, the Senior Special Assistant to FCTA Minister on Public Communication and Social Media, Mr. Lere Olayinka, confirmed that while some individuals had gone to court, no ruling has overturned the revocation of any property.
Action had been taken, and there was no court judgment, order or directive saying that the action should not be taken. So if eventually there is now a counter action or the directive or order or judgment by the court, if of course the FCTA will comply. Where the FCTA is a law, is an agency of government that follows the law strictly. So as we are today, there is no pronouncement by the court that says those revoked properties should be reinstated. There's none.
The officials, however, assured that the FCT administration remains committed to due process and will comply with any lawful court order should it arise in the future. Usman Katun Umar, Aswa Television News.